Hey guys, it's Everything Planes and More here, or EPAM52 for short, back with yet another video, and this time we are going to be doing a template making video on basically how I make my templates. So today's template is going to be Shane Van Gisbergen 2025, number 88, WeatherTech, which that car actually got released in real life for people to see what's going to look like for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series. Now, this custom is going to be on a Lee Petty number 42, but don't worry because I have another one which I'm going to save for myself. So that's good, but I will be showing off how I make the template, so let's get into it. It's been too long of an intro. So let's see. So first of all, you'll need a scissors, a die cast, the template, and some glue. Pretty straightforward. So first of all, let's cut some of these and see what it will look like on the actual car. Hopefully it looks good. And if you're wondering how long it sometimes takes me to do these templates, about 20 to 30 minutes about 20 to 30 minutes to get them on the actual car. Yes. And if you want me to, then whenever I do another template, I can do basically a, I'll do a time-lapse version so that you don't have to sit around for who knows how long this video is going to take. So, let me just get this. Hello there, my pet. How you doing? Yeah, sometimes it's very hard to even get this part because it needs to be absolutely perfect. This is the most time-consuming part, getting around the wheel here. Oh, and yes, I forgot to mention that the template itself looks a little crappy because I literally printed it out from a black and white printer, and I had to get all the realistic colors. But luckily, I was able to get as accurate as possible on like the real life colors. Hello again, pet. Alright, so the first part is now off, so we can... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit differently. There's two things that I usually like to do. There's two ways I like to do it. Either one, cut out every single detail and then paste all of them, or I do at least one or two at a time. So that's like a good strategy to do some of these templates and stuff. Or at least get it on the car. So, in case you don't know, we're getting the back bumper, which has the rookie stripes, if you can tell there. And I'll show this car in the better camera so that, well, you know. Yeah, that's all, just, you know. Okay, basically so that you can see the entire car on the better camera when it's finished. But for now, I'm using a computer camera, so yes. So right now, we're getting the right side, and this is usually the first thing that I like to get out of the way. And I think so let me just get this. I'll keep the Goodyear, because I don't know why. I like the Goodyear. I think that detail is pretty good. the small little details are really good. If it's coming from a black and white printer, then, well, you be the judge. Okay, now that side is off. Now let's get on to the gluing stage. So there's a few different glues that you can use. For some reason, I like using the stick glue because why not? And yes, because I have used this glue quite a lot, it sometimes still manages to get sticky on the side. So putting a nice little piece of blue tape around just for more grip when you hold it is a good idea. So let's go on to pasting the first parts of the die cast, starting with the left side. Now I could probably get right on with the roof and everything and the nameplates and stuff, but for some reason I always like starting off with the sides, you know, just to get them out of the way. My pet is going crazy. And yes, I will say with stick glue, it does take a while to make sure that the die cast actually does manage to stick. But that's why we keep trying. So, yes, exactly. All right, so there's the left side. Now what I usually like to do is I get both sides on before I doing the rear bumper. Why is that? I think it makes more sense. Or another way you could probably do it is put the rear bumper first and then, yeah, you know. Basically the same process, except this time the how should I say this? Alright, so right now I'm getting the right side on. I'm just gonna make sure it stays on. And while I'm doing this, I might as well go on with some information. So Shane van Gisbergen, after running part-time for at least half of the 2024 season and with a couple more races for him to go in the number 16 college racing car and sometimes in the number 13 like he did at Charlotte Roval earlier this year. Now he's been assigned full-time in the number 88, so he brings the 88 back to NASCAR for the first, but at least in the Cup Series for the first time since our boy Dale Earnhardt Jr. So that's good. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but I also glued on the rookie stripes. I know this lighting isn't the best, but you'll see it when you do see it. So right now it's been 8 minutes, as I can see, and so far it's looking pretty good. So now let's move on to the next thing, and when I do talk about the hood and the front bumper, yeah, there's a couple things that I like to do with the hood and the front bumper. By the way, if you notice something to the right, yes, that's just one of my 1/400 scale Southwest 737 Max 8s that I get. But I only do these plane type videos, these model plane videos, on a second channel that's been going on for quite a while. In case some of you haven't known, I basically do everything model airplanes on that channel, while this one is the well, it's basically the plane spotting. Basically most of the stuff that I have comes from this channel, while model airplane stuff is from a different channel. So in case some of you have not seen that yet, I'll link it into the description. But for now, we've got the roof off. Now this is only part one of the roof because I made a white nameplate since I made a white nameplate and then printed that out since I know that the black one is going to be very hard and Van Gisbergen is a very long name. So let's see here. We'll get the roof on. Sometimes the roof takes a while as well, but don't worry, it eventually sticks. I know it from experience because if you've been following the Everything Planes and More channel, you'll know that, well, basically I've made a whole bunch of, and if you're in the multiverse also, you'll also know that I make a bunch of custom diecasts for them as well, and for you multiverse readers. So, yeah, don't worry, there'll be more coming, and so, yeah, as this multiverse grows and more people come into it, I will be definitely working on getting more stuff for them. So now we have the nameplate that we're currently working on. And yeah, you can probably tell in front of you, the car is starting to look really good. It definitely would look better if it was not on a black and white printer, but I mean, the only good thing about that is that you can basically make it into like a whitened out layout, and then like you could design your own type schemes and stuff, like for example, if I can find it, just let me get this nameplate on. But bottom line is, I made a Zane Smith completely from scratch. Like, yeah, like it's been completely from scratch, and I'll get that real quick to show off. By the way, where do you think Zane Smith is gonna go? Because the 71, as you can see here, yeah, this is my custom of that. So, yeah, it's basically Ambetter Health and Chrome at the same time, and I think this car looks really good. But yeah, speaking of the 71, yeah, who do you think Michael McDowell's sponsors is going to be? 1 and 2. Who is going to be, well, who is Zane Smith going to drive for? We know it's going to be somewhere in front row. We don't know what number yet, because there's still guys under the lights of like Todd Gillen and, well, Noah Gregson, who is going to be running for Front Row Motorsports, but we don't know yet what number. So Front Row Motorsports is sort of like just a question mark for now in terms of like the official driver lineup. And if you excuse me real quick, I am going to do something that takes like literally a couple seconds, because now I'm just getting a little irritated because it's like my Mr. Pet making so much background noise. So yeah, I've just dealt with him, covered him up. Good night. All right, so now we're on to the fun part, which is the hood and the front bumper. Now, what I like to do personally for the front bumper and the hood is I like to put the hood on first. So let me do that. I like to put the hood on first before I put on the front bumper, so that, well, that way like sometimes I cut the hood and you'll see in a moment it usually goes a little over the front bumper, so I like going with the front bumper over the front part of the hood, just so that's all, just so that, if you know what I mean. So let me just put this on to show you a really good example of what I am currently talking about. this thing will stick. Some of the problem with using this type of stick, I will say, is when you use it, sometimes the glue doesn't stay on the hood and stuff. So like, I'm gonna just do something real quick. Nice little trick. You just like lick your finger and then just smear it on the part that you want to stay down, and then who knows, maybe it will stay down. So this is the hood right now. As you can see, I could leave it like that, but there's no official Chevy whatever thing. So you know what I'm gonna do, and also this is to keep it more realistic, even though there's a white nameplate now, as you can probably see. And again, you will see the full car when I go back to my phone camera. So yeah, just because I want to keep it as realistic as possible to potentially the real life thing, I want to put the front bumper on there, just so that, like I said, it looks like real life. So currently I'm cutting it out. I'm on the, I think, the last part before. Alright, now there's one more part here. There's one more part here. Let me just get this. Okay, there we go. And so when I do put the front bumper on, it's gonna look a little something like this-ish. And yeah, since I also forgot to mention, since Gisbergen's, since the WeatherTech car is basically mostly white, I technically don't need to put any sort of sponsorship on here and stuff, so I'll leave it like that for now. But yeah, as you can see, it is looking really good so far. So yeah, when I go back to editing, you'll be able to see. Oh, and I also put a shorts of the car and put it on my community post, so be on the lookout for that. Most people, by the way, when they do customs, like to wear gloves, but for some reason I don't. I should probably do that next time, but oh well. So now we're just getting the front part on, even though there's no number. Let's get the front part on, and there we go. Hopefully it sticks. And yeah, pretty much if you don't want to do this part of the WeatherTech car, then basically your car is done. This is really good to double check, make sure that everything is as aligned as you want it. And yeah, with that done, it's been like around 18 minutes, surprisingly. Usually it takes longer, but yeah, let me just clear this area right here for you, and let's see what the car looks like in a better camera. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Gisbergen. Yeah, as you can see, there's the nameplate that I was talking about. Gisbergen's number 88 WeatherTech car for 2025. Now, I know the top does not have a blue 88, but I just thought it would be good to make it more fancier for the sake of it. Yeah. And yeah, if you want to make templates like this, it's pretty easy. Just either one, you can make the template completely from scratch, or two, you can find the car that is in real life. Try find all sides of it, and then put like PNG images off a PNG thing with the new number you want to put along with whatever sponsor you want to put. But if you want to make it like the real life, then yeah, this is how you basically do it. So this is the car right here, and this will be Trackhouse Racing's third full-time entry for 2025. It will be very nice to see another 88 car. it will be nice to see the 88 car running again. So yeah, there you go. Thank you very much for watching, and if you do continue to stay subscribed and stuff, do be on the lookout. I will have the Shane Van Gisbergen car as a shorts, and I'll put it in the community post. Now, the time that I'm filming this is Friday the 18th. I'm going to try edit it very quickly and then have it upload tomorrow at the 19th around midday in Pacific time or something like that. But anyways, yeah, nonetheless, thank you very much for watching. If you do want to make more templates like this, then if you want to make templates like this, then it's very easy. I, by the way, usually use Google Slides to make these templates. I just look them up online and then I put PNGs all over them and just hope for the best. So yeah, that was the video. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I did mention my second channel, so I will have that also in the link in the description below. And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.